simply pure pandemonium and chaos.
A huge plume of smoke is blowing all across Altadena and Pasadena right now.
We just have one house after another that is completely on fire.
Only way to describe the destruction of what we're seeing out here, it looks like a war zone.
What proceeds to happen is the most traumatic 2 weeks of my entire life.
Every single home on the north side of Sunset is gone.
This is what once was my family's home. Who's there? Happy birthday to you. My family lost our home in the Los Angeles fires in 2025. I kind of just wanted to come on here and tell my story about the fires. It was the most emotional and traumatizing thing that's ever happened to me and my family. And if not the most traumatizing, number 2 after losing my dad. So the day is January 7th, 2025. And I remember over the weekend we were getting a lot of alerts about this wind that was coming. And they were saying it was going to be historic wind, dangerous winds, power lines down, trees fallen. And the news and the weather was warning us of these winds. And you know, if you are from LA, you understand that fires are an absolute huge threat to Angelenos. I grew up always having fire warnings. I've evacuated more times than I can count. I'm driving to work, and on the freeway, you can see leaves dancing along the lanes. And it was very unusual. Everything was whipping around, and it just felt different. I believe it was around 9 a.m. and the office that I worked at was in Santa Monica, and I was on a high enough level at the office that you could see the Santa Monica, Palisades, Malibu mountains perfectly. We get a text that says, "This fire is crazy." And I'm like, "What fire are they talking about?" And they go, "Look out the window." And we look out the window, and there is billowing smoke. I'll insert the video right here. There's billowing smoke. And it looks like it's right on top of my mom's house. I instantly call my mom and I call my sister and I said, "Do you know of this fire? It looks really close to the house. The winds are really scary. What's going on?" They had no idea yet. I said to my sister, "You guys need to start packing up and get out of there because this is looking really scary and it's getting bigger and bigger by the minute." Sorry, this is really hard for me to talk about. So they start packing all their stuff up, and my sister's helping because this is a condo community and there's a lot of elderly people that have lived here for 50 years. Long times, and we're all very close with each other. We all see each other, we all say hi, we help each other, we invite each other to holidays. It's a very close community. So she's helping all these elderly people out. They're not really taking it seriously. We've evacuated, mind you, if you remember, we've evacuated many times. Many times we're so used to it. You grab your valuables and you get out. So my sister is grabbing the paperwork. I'm checking the news. The news has not even reported. No one has said anything about a fire. This is very early stages. So then my sister comes to my place and my mom starts heading to her boyfriend's place. What proceeds to happen is the most traumatic 2 weeks of my entire life. We basically were glued to the TV, watching the news, trying to figure out what was going on, if we had lost everything or not, and just trying to be safe. Because during this time in LA, Not only did the Palisades Fire happen, we had the Eaton Fire in Altadena, we had a Hollywood fire at Runyon Canyon, and fires were popping up everywhere. There were tons of arsonists. It felt like you were getting attacked from all corners, and you didn't know when another fire would pop up, and it was so wildly out of control that I was having nervous breakdowns and panic attacks every single day. I was actually going through fainting spells where I couldn't even walk through a grocery store without feeling like I was going to black out from the anxiety. And you couldn't sleep during these weeks because the wind was so crazy that the trees were whipping against your windows and you just felt like you were being attacked. My nervous system was completely shattered. LA was shut down. It was so apocalyptic. The skies were orange. The wind was whipping. It just felt like a hellscape. It was so terrifying. It was the most traumatic time, I believe, for most people that were living in LA. The air quality was at dangerous levels. You didn't want to leave outside without having masks on, and it comes to be the second day of the fire, and we'd been glued to the news, and we finally see news trucks on our street. And that was when we saw that our apartment building was on fire.
Onto some of the brush and the trees. It looks like it's right behind a gas station. Obviously, all of the gas stations have been shut down, and for good reason, but look at these flames ahead of us. I can't tell if it's the gas station itself or a building next to it, but these are the kinds of situations that firefighters are dealing with. And then you have embers that are just strewn all over the ground.
I just remember me and my sister just both let out a scream and just were like wailing and just praying that like maybe our apartment is safe. You never know. Fires are weird. They skip around. So what ended up happening in the Palisades was burn, 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 burn. One house survived. Burn, 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 burn. Another house survived.
Just this side got hit, and then look, boom, house next door, gone, like completely gone.
Even though our ID had our name on it, we were not able to go and check in the Palisades to see if our condo had made it. Around day 3, Jenny and Kyle decided to take their bikes because they heard that if you can ride your bike up and you show your ID, you might be able to get in to the Palisades. So they ride their bike up PCH, which by this point is closed. And if you know PCH, you know that is a crazy thing to do, is to ride your bike on the highway. That's like, very dangerous. But they did it because it was completely empty. So they end up riding their bike up to here, and that's when they confirmed that our place did indeed burn down. It looked like a movie set. It looked like someone had set this up. It didn't look like our house. Nothing looked familiar. This town looked absolutely different. How did you guys get up here? Okay. That's the garage.
I just want you to be careful, just because I know that it looks like the fire's out, but if you look across the street,
it's like smoldering.
See how hot it is? I just don't
Can we... Oh my god, the elevator. Jenny, this isn't safe. This isn't safe.
Apparently there was someone in the building that didn't get out in time and came down here and stayed down here the whole time.
The whole time?
Yeah, he was safe down here.
Thank God.
Isn't that crazy?
I will not lie to you. This town will never be the same. That's not being pessimistic, that's just being realistic. Most of these families have lived here for a long time. For some reason, there was a narrative around, oh, everyone's wealthy, oh, everyone will be fine. And I understand that the demographic that lives around here is definitely wealthy. I will not deny that. But there were so many families and elderly people that lived here, that have lived here for many, many years and bought when it was cheaper. And not everyone here is wealthy. Not everyone here is in that class. My family was not at all. My mom bought this property with the money that my dad left her. This is supposed to be her forever home. Okay, so right here, this gray part right here was our patio. This was the wall behind, and there were really, really tall bamboo and trees that covered so you couldn't see behind there. And we had a brick wall, and we had the most beautiful big monstera that we had planted ourselves, and they had gotten really big. I'm gonna insert a picture here if I can find one. So then I believe, okay, so this would have been, this is where my living room was, right here. And this is so weird and it kind of makes me really emotional, but this would have been my kitchen right here. Laundry room. And I believe this was the front door. And then I think this was my high school, or no, this was my sister's room, and I think this was my high school bedroom, bathroom, and then I think that this was the primary bedroom. I think the bathroom was here, and the closet was here, and this was our place. But yeah, you know, it's been almost 1.5 years since it happened, and we still haven't been able to rebuild. And it's still up in the air even if we will, and families are still not back in their homes. Since our house burned down, my sister ended up moving in with me and my boyfriend. She lived with us for 5 months. My mom ended up moving in with her boyfriend. She still lives with him. We are all okay now, and we never take it for granted. We have so many friends and family that also lost their places in the Los Angeles fire. I wanted to make this video because I think it will help me to heal. It's cathartic for me to talk about it, although it's really hard for me to talk about it without getting emotional. I just wanted to make this video to find a little bit of closure. I really haven't come to terms with the fact that it's gone. So coming here and filming and just mapping out even where the rooms were and kind of just filling my brain with those memories makes me kind of start to come to terms with the fact that like it's gone and it's not here anymore. It's still my address on my ID, and it'll always be home. But I did want to make this video because I think it's important to share stories of the people in Los Angeles that went through this hardship that a lot of the country didn't understand, if I'm being honest, and that's okay. I don't need everyone to understand, but I do want people to see that, like, when you're saying things like California deserved the wildfires and people in LA can handle it, there are so many people in Altadena that are now homeless because of the fires. So many people were not covered, did not have fire insurance because insurance companies were denying them of that coverage. And we're still dealing with it, even though it's a year and a half later. Even some of the wealthier people I knew in this community that had beautiful, massive mansions have still not started rebuilding because of how difficult and complicated the process is. So if people that have money aren't able to quickly rebuild, then imagine what the people that don't come from money are able to do, especially knowing that so many people were not covered by insurance, my family included. Our best friend started a GoFundMe for our family, which was amazing, and the community really came behind us and really, really supported us in such a huge way, and we are forever grateful for everyone that came out and supported us and showed up. And what was so beautiful about this time was that there was always someone posting on Instagram, hey, I'm going here to volunteer here. This is what I'm doing. If you want to come join me, DM me. Hey, this family needs this. Hey, here's a GoFundMe for this family. LA really came together during this time. It was such a beautiful thing to watch. We had people showing up at our door with bags and boxes and just so much food, clothing. We wouldn't have been able to make it through it without all those people. So thank you, LA, for taking care of us during that time. And yeah, that is my story about the Los Angeles fires in 2025 and what me and my family went through. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.